This was our short game for the month of May. Flock Around was released on April 24th, 2026 on PC and Mac OS, making this the newest game we've ever covered on this podcast. Flock Around was developed and published by Secret Plan Games. Secret Plan Games hasn't developed any other games, and this was their very first one. I'm going to give a quick summary of the story to this game, which there isn't one, but before that, I want to give the spoiler warning, and I would recommend playing Flock Around before listening to the episode. Since this game does not have a story, I came up with one myself, which is that we play as a grimace-looking fella that goes out with his friends to complete a full guide of all the books, or all the birds in the area. Or books, I guess. That's all I got, so I'm going to throw it over to Tunzo, where he's going to talk about gameplay and mechanics for Flock Around.
You already said it. We take pictures and fill out the guide. My job here is done. I guess to go in a little bit more in depth, you have a rating system on each bird, front, back, side, and flying, and you can get rated from. Is there a 0 star? Can you have a 0 star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 0 to 3 star, and then you can go through and like 100% the guidebooks. You can use birdseed,
The whistles
to help you like target specific birds. And then your rating system is based off how much money you get, and you need stars to progress the levels. As you work as a group, we just kind of, all of our stars are combined, or you could set it up to be individually. That feels like you get outpaced real quick if you're trying to play with people, because it just depends on how lucky you got. But that's basically it. And there's like cosmetics. You can get a jacket, I think. Oh, and hat and stuff. I forgot we all end up having our own flair at the end. And you have rare birds, and then shinies like in Pokemon, but they just make a sound. They look the same, and they sparkle a little bit.
They make that
Crazy
noise.
That's all I can think of.
It's first-person view, and you have a camera which you can upgrade. So you can increase like the zoom on it, how many photos you can hold. Sometimes it will tell you like what poses you need or what ratings you had for each bird. So there's ways to upgrade to make this a lot easier.
Binoculars. It can tell you if birds you haven't seen before.
There is proximity chat, which we did not use, but I'm assuming that you could sabotage other people trying to take photos if you wanted to.
Yeah, they scare the birds away.
But yeah, overall, that's basically it in terms of gameplay. Unless you guys had anything else.
Oh, we also had like the seeds and stuff to attract birds.
Yeah, he talked about that for a second. I never used the seeds, so like,
I did.
Did they?
I used them a few times. It felt like they didn't do anything.
You just had to throw it to them, and they'd come and land it. That was it. Oh, it'd be like distracted, where you can get a little bit like of a closer photo, but I feel like once you got the zoom up, you really didn't need it.
Because I know, like, the bird whistles, you would just spam it, and then they would eventually just show up.
I also think it marks them, right? If they're close, you can...
Yeah, it has, like, the little music note.
Yeah, you can, Yeah, the birdseed, you basically put it down, they would, like, walk over to it, eat the birdseed.
Walk over.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over to art design, where Lauren is going to tell us about the art design for Flock Around.
Okay, so bright colors. The texture is pretty flat, I would say. There's no depth to it, in my opinion. The birds, you have different views of them, like Tunza said. So you're gonna have your front view, side, back. The characters, in my opinion, kind of look like mighty beans with legs. They were just like a solid color. You don't really get an option for the color of your eyes, but if you go in to customize them, there's different styles, and I know a lot of us use different ones. So mine looked like it was like crying, and I don't remember what your guys' had, but I know they're all pretty different.
All my eyes were closed.
Oh, yours were closed. Yeah. And the birds have big round eyes that are like that I'll kill you look, almost like they're like crazy. And that definitely stood out to me a bunch. Then the different areas of like almost like different seasons, they do a good job with that, with showing the different colors. So it's like the more spring type area, you have the cherry blossoms, so everything's very pink and bright. The fall one has oranges, browns, and then the winter like area just pretty white with snow. I wouldn't say there's anything crazy that it does different art-wise, but it is very bright and colorful. It's nice to look at.
This is more of a logic thing, but how are all the seasons happening at the same time? What are we in?
I don't know.
What are we?
We're in the goose. We're around Goose Lake. It said it.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
And all
what-
the seasons are happening at the same time.
Yeah.
You
it's
never
Goose
been there?
Lake.
is this the Midwest?
Nope, I have not. True.
Yeah, that's all I got. Pretty much have. The birds kind of remind me of like stickers. They're real bold
Yeah.
on the outside, but they're
Yeah.
very flat in terms of depth. So it like feels like they're just
Yeah.
like stickered wherever we're looking at in the
Oh, like
3D
Paper Mario.
environment. Yeah, kind of has that like
Yeah.
3D environment, but like they look flat in comparison to it. And I don't really
Yeah.
know if that makes sense.
You know what it reminds me of? Speaking of that,
Paper
is
Mario.
like no, I was thinking more like a South Park look, almost like construction paper. Like
yeah.
where it just looks more layered than it does like dimensional, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, let's move on to sound design and music for Flock Around. So Dan, how about you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I don't really remember the music stuff, which I would assume kind of means it wasn't anything great. Like it was fine, but I don't think anything like stood out. But the birds all had like different sounds for, different kinds of birds. And I don't know who it was. I think it was the lead producer, maybe? I guess it's hard to get the use for like bird sounds online. Like all of them are kind of hard to get for like commercial use or whatever. So he made all of the sounds himself, and he just like pitched up audios, lowered audios, all that fun audio magic stuff to make them sound like real birds, and that was kind of cool.
Some of the birds are pretty crazy sounding. Like I think it's one of the hummingbirds. Like sounds like a helicopter.
Yep.
And I'm
They
like,
kinda
what
do.
is this? I was like, this
In real
this
life.
flapping its wings so hard.
They always sound like an army of bees. You're like, where's that?
I'm about to get attacked.
Where's this army at?
But yeah, like they sound good. They're just like they're very like odd. Like some of them when they fly, they're very like in your ear too.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I think they sound pretty good.
No, they definitely do. It caught me off guard. Like I think it's the quail or whatever has that really like unique sound it makes. And I was like, I don't know if they actually sound this way, but I was like, it sounds pretty good.
That's like
But-
I'm trying to think now. I was like, I don't really know what a lot of these birds sound like. The crows sound normal to
Yeah.
me. That's what I could like be like, okay, I hear them. But everything else, I'm like, maybe.
Did any of us get close enough to the bald eagle to see
Maybe.
if it just screeched or if it was like,
No,
America?
never seen it.
I was like, never saw it.
You could have gone into your notepad thing, and you can play like the sounds of each bird's
Oh, I didn't even know
in your
that.
field guide. Yeah.
Anything else for sound design?
No.
All right.